This is not financial advice, not legal advice, for entertainment, educational purposes only, and anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. Listen, double check you're still subscribed to the channel, double check the notifications are on, and if you hit that like button, double check it's working properly. These criminals do not want more people becoming aware of all the fraud and corruption in the United States stock market. Listen, MULN lives on the threshold list, okay? It's been on it for maybe over a year. Every single week in, week out, you look at the threshold list, and what do you see? MULN. And this is the list from yesterday. This is the list dated June 11th. You see MULN still on the threshold list. Yet somehow, the SEC, the DOJ, the FBI don't see anything that requires an investigation. This is absolutely crazy. This is overwhelming evidence of the fraud and corruption in the play. And I'm not telling anybody to buy, hold, or sell MULN. And I'm not saying that MULN would probably go down without the naked shorting, because I don't like the management team. And that's just my opinion. I think the management team sucks. Okay? I believe they are in it for themselves. They set up all their bonuses to align with things that do not help the shareholders. Okay? And that's just my opinion. That's how I feel. But that still does not mean that the naked shorters can come in every single day and create billions of counterfeit MULN shares and sell them into the market to manipulate the price. And the thing is, the bad actors have so much control over the SEC, over the DOJ, over the FBI, that they let the whole world know what they're doing. And nobody does anything about it. Do you think Apple could be on the threshold list this long? Or Meta, or Google, or Amazon? Of course not. It would not be tolerated. The SEC, the DOJ, and the FBI would have a joint task force going after those naked shorters. But because a majority of the owners of MULN are retail investors, pension funds, and institutions that follow the rules, the SEC, the DOJ, and the FBI are practicing willful blindness to the fraud and corruption. And I know the shills are going to put in the comments, oh, why do I keep talking about it? Why I'm telling people to invest in MULN? I'm not telling anybody to invest in MULN. And the reason I keep talking about it is because they keep doing it. Every single day, when I look at the threshold list, I see MULN on there, okay? And just like I see it, the SEC sees it, the DOJ sees it, the FBI sees it, and they do absolutely nothing about it, okay? The thing is this. The fraud that we're exposing is just the tip of the iceberg. It's just the tip of the iceberg. The fraud in AMC and GME and Quan and MWBO and MMTLP, MULN, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I believe personally that they naked short every single stock in the market except for Berkshire Hathaway. And I believe that's why they never had any stock splits. And the reason they didn't have them is to keep the naked shorters at bay. Okay? That's just my opinion. Just my opinion. That's why that stock price is so high. Because Warren Buffett knew, he knew that the naked shorters would come after him. So he kept the stock price high to keep the naked shorters at bay. And you know, ANC and GME is being naked shorted every day. But they just don't put AMC and GME on the threshold list at all. They just don't report it. And do you think the SEC asks why, or the DOJ asks why, or the FBI asks why? No, they don't care. Okay? They do not care about fraud and corruption unless it affects the 1%. Once in a while, they might take a case where retail investors lose money, but the only purpose of that is to make it look like they're doing their job, to make it look like they care about retail, that they care about the market, but they don't. They don't, because 95% of the fraud in the stock market is from the naked shorting, and the 1% are the one that's engaged in it, and the SEC is fully aware, the DOJ is fully aware, and the FBI is fully aware, and they do absolutely nothing. Anyway, leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think if Apple, Google, Meta, Amazon was on a threshold list every week, would there be an investigation? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.